Maid cafes. You cannot step foot into Akihabara without encountering maid after maid on the street handing out flyers to try out their cafe. Some could even argue maid cafes are single-handedly keeping the Akihabara district in business. That and the Animate store. And despite me being somewhat of a Tokyo expert, I've never stepped foot into a maid cafe. But one day I was watching one of my favorite shows of all time, Nani Kore, and they showed a fully functioning maid dentistry in Akihabara. Akiba Dental Clinic is a fully functioning dentistry. Their services include prevention and treatment of cavities and periodontal disease, teeth whitening, Invisalign, dental implants, and even just simple consultations. But what sets them apart from everyone else? Well, their dentist staff, from the dental hygienists to the receptionist, are all dressed like maids. Dr. Joji Yukawa is an otaku who loves manga, anime, and cosplay. But what gave him the idea to incorporate maids into his dental practice?
僕がね、やっぱりメイド喫茶とか好きで、それも含めて、来やすい歯医者ができたらいいな、楽しい歯医者ができたらいいなと思ってやりました。
And in that moment, I knew it was time to finally have my first maid experience. I picked up the phone, made an appointment, checked with the dentist to make sure it was okay to film, and within a couple days, it was time to get my teeth cleaned. I'm about to go to the dentist. I'm not scared of dentists, but today I think I am. Not because of the dental work, but because I've never been here before. Here's our route for today. We'll be taking the Yamanote line all the way to Akihabara, then walking about 7 minutes. If the Yamanote line isn't convenient for you, don't worry, there are a couple other options. You can take the Ginza line to Suehirocho and walk about 4 minutes, or you can take the Marunochi line to Ochanomizu and walk about 15 minutes from there. We made it to Akihabara! So I remember Akihabara growing up to be the electric district. You needed a cable, they had that specific cable you're looking for. That weird battery that you needed for your remote, they had it. But now it's very much like a anime central hub, and like the topic of today, a hub for a lot of maid cafes. So this is the perfect place for a maid dentistry to be. Cool people know that I filmed my Genie City Pop little music video, more like visualizer, out here in Akihabara. I actually filmed it over there when you went up those stairs. Good memories. Today I scheduled a cleaning at the maid dentist. I am definitely due for one. And of course, because it's Akihabara, this place was on top of an anime merch store, and next to the sign was an advertisement for a cat cafe with maids. There are a lot of competitors for maid cafes out here in Akihabara, but I think this one is really gonna take the cake and most unique. When I hopped off of that elevator, I knew I was in for an experience. Yes, check-in was like pretty much any dental experience, but as soon as you step into that reception area, you are surrounded by pink walls, Hello Kitty, maids, and idol music. Every single song is a high-pitched kawaii girl. I filled out the first-time patient forms, and there was even a section for you to designate your nickname. I had no idea you give maids nicknames to call you like that. But of course, there was the option for them to call you by your real name, so I chose that. This dental office is also super considerate when it comes to fear of the dentist. You could check off boxes of certain types of anxieties or physical effects you have from the fear of the dentist. And also you could fill out a lot of specific information of the fear that happens when the dentist actually does do something in your mouth as well. And in no time, a maid called my name and we were on the way back to get started. Like a lot of dental offices, like let's say in the United States, you get your own private room with the dentist and your hygienist. However, these rooms are much more high-tech than the ones I've personally experienced outside of Japan. First off, you go into the room and there's a giant screen, and it's not for TV, it's for you. It's a shared screen so the dentist can show you what they're talking about and what they're looking at on your screen, like charts, x-rays, super enlarged and really easy to see. Also, another interesting thing, they'll give you a cup to rinse your mouth, and sort of on the arm of your dental chair, there's a miniature sink. There's also a little tiny outline thing that's like the perfect size for you to place your cup. And you put your cup there, right? And then it automatically will fill up the water to a certain level in the cup. You can, recline in your chair, do some stuff, and come back up, and the water is ready for you to go. Is that not cool? Maybe they have that in other places around the world. I just have never seen something like that. Before the actual cleaning process started, a dentist came in and did a cavity check. Now, I am very much a perfectionist, and that goes down into almost everything I do, including my dental hygiene. I did not think I had anything to worry about, but boy, was I wrong! He noticed one spot where there was probably going to be a cavity. Because of this, the dentist ordered an x-ray for me to check so they can take a better look at this area. So the maids guided me to the x-ray room, helped me get set up with my jaw on the thing, you know, and like putting the other piece in your mouth. The maids operated the machine and I just sat in there being like, oh my god. Then we were headed back to the room and I was shown the x-ray on the giant screen. I felt like I was in dental school with how big the screen was and how the dentist was, you know, pointing at different things on the screen and in the best way possible. Looking at the x-ray, we found out it's not that bad at all. A cleaning will probably handle everything. Then the dentist said bye-bye, and it was time for me and my maid dental hygienist to start the party with these cleanings. First, she checked my gums for periodontal disease. Exact same process you'd see in the West. But weirdly, I've never been told what happens during these like checkups, the reasons for everything other than, you know, keeping your teeth clean. But with this process, the maid hygienist actually pulled up on the screen an animation showing what she was doing in my mouth and like what they're looking for.
これが検査ですね。
はい
こうやってポケットの中を測って数値を見ていく形になりますね。
なるほど。
で、大体ここに書いてあるんですけど、3ミリ以下だったら普通に健康な状態で、あとは出血があるかないかっていうのを見ていくんですけど、血が出てるとちょっとそこに歯周病のばい菌がいることがあるので、こういう風に血が出てたらお掃除した方がいいよっていうサインになりますね。なんでここの周りをちょっとお掃除していきます。
A lot of my gums would bleed, and that would be represented as red.
で、血が出てたところはね、さっきのね、ポケットの結果のこの赤いところになるので、ここがちょっと磨きにくかったりとか、苦手な部分とかになってくるかなって感じですね。はい。
We started off the cleaning process with this treatment called airflow. It's a process that uses a combo of air, sodium bicarbonate in this like powder form, and jet water to really clean and polish your teeth. My maid hygienist said it was really good for removing stains. Then she flossed my teeth and went in with a scraper tool to really make sure my teeth were clean thoroughly. She was so gentle with everything she did, and on top of that, the way she would talk was just so cute!
やられる？これを。はい。だいたいここから唾液が出るので、唾唾液が出るところはつきやすいです。
I opted in for some toothbrushing advice where I got individualized advice on how to improve my toothbrushing skills.
一回大きく開けてください。でするとここ閉じないので、ちょっと閉じて半分ぐらい開けて、そうするとここが多分膨らみがこっちが行きやすいから、こっち側の時に、そう。やってもらうとこっち磨きやすいと思います。わかりました。あとでも結構上手に綺麗に磨いているので、特にそんなに心配するところはないかなと思うんですけど。
We went in with the usual toothpaste, put on the fancy polishing type toothbrush that the dentist used, and got that part of the cleaning done. And you may think, now we're done, but we're only just getting started. Here's where things become a little bit more of a maid cafe vibe. They have a menu where you can choose to get your picture taken with one of the maids on a polaroid and get to chat with them. For 1,500 yen, you can get your picture taken with a maid randomly chosen from the staff, or if you pay 3,000 yen, you can choose which maid you want to get your picture with. I went all out and I chose the 3,000 yen set because I wanted my picture with the person who cleaned my teeth. She was really chill. We'd had all this conversation built up. I wouldn't want it to be anyone but her. We got our snapshot together and then she pulled me up to a table where we both sat down and she pulled out this giant box of markers. This was our time to chat together while she decorated our Polaroid. I asked her what drew her to want to be a dental hygienist in this very specific way. And I learned she had a background in maid cafes and it was just a great combination of being able to continue doing what she loved but in this new role. And I found out that is a very similar experience for all the other maids at this dental clinic. She handed me this book to flip through of all of the staff and their backgrounds to see all their different hobbies, and I saw that there were maids with a background of loving cosplay, anime, and even former idols. I think it's so cool that these people can take their hobbies and passions and apply them to jobs that are usually so much more traditional. How many people can say that about their 9 to 5? Here's the package I received with my my Polaroid, and this is our picture together. Isn't that so cute? Also, they gave me a point card for each time I come and talk to the maids. I'm not really sure what I get when I get to 10, but I'm excited to find out. Then it was finally time to say goodbye. I had a lot of fun at the Akiba Dental Clinic. Does this make me want to go to a real maid cafe? Probably not yet. However, I would definitely be happy to return to the Akiba Dental Clinic and have a maid experience again there because that was so fun. I'm sure you're wondering, how can you book an appointment if you're not Japanese?
ですね、基本的にはジャパニーズオンリーなんですが、翻訳してくれれば電話で、予約していただければ助かります。ヤフローワンっていうね、ワールドワイドな機械がありますので、そちらでのプログラムを用意してますので、それを提供することができます。で、そこの中に、チェキを取るという、アトラクションもね、組み込まれてますので、ぜひ楽しみになれるかと思います。
If you all liked the video, please sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe and leave a comment. I have a main channel where I do Japanese covers of English pop songs and even make them into city pop songs. So if you're here and supporting the beginning of this channel, thank you so much. I'm really scared to work from ground zero on this channel, but I'm really excited. If y'all see something super unique or off the beaten path in Japan that you want me to go and try out, let me know because I am down to go anywhere and try anything. And I'll see you next time. Bye!